Gameplay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, the smoothest fingers in the gaming industry, your man Zai AZ, bringing you another video today. Today we're going to be talking about the Battlefield 2042 gameplay trailer that we've seen. We broke down Halo Infinite yesterday. Today we're going to break down the gameplay trailer, and tomorrow we'll do an E3 review, and Friday we'll talk about some other stuff. We'll talk about it when we get there. Today we're going to talk about Battlefield 2042. We're going to go over my impressions of it. Just want to say, this isn't like the Halo Infinite gameplay trailer we did yesterday. We got a lot of news, a lot of gameplay for that, actual gameplay of everything going on, and them breaking it down, or 343 breaking it down. With Battlefield 2042, this will be a little bit shorter. This is only a trailer, so we'll break down a little bit of the things we've seen, and we'll talk about it as much. But again, not that much is in here for me to break it down. I'm not one of them breakdown YouTubers like, oh, the 10 things that you missed. Nah, we're not going to do that. We're just going to talk about my opinion with it. Keep it real, keep it short, and probably keep it a little bit sweet. So let's hop on into it. Let's talk about it, and we'll see how this goes. All right, so the first thing that I want to tell you guys that I noticed off the rip with everything that's going on is obviously the 128 players. I talked about this in the last video that I talked about, but within this video, what I really seen that really made me just go wow, beyond just astonishment, right, is the colors of what we're seeing. It's a very colorful game, a very saturated game with a lot going on, and I really enjoy it. Now, they did talk about the specialists and how a lot of this is kind of gone different, and there's going to be different things going on instead of the classic system that we're used to in Battlefield. We'll see how that works. I'm not going to talk about that much as they haven't provided so much information on what's going on. But off the rip, the first thing that you can tell is this is basically Battlefield 3 and 4 on steroids. Just like the leak says, this is Battlefield 3 or 4 just on absolute just madness, just craziness. And I've been playing a lot of Battlefield recently, mostly Battlefield 1 and a little bit of Battlefield 4 here and there. And the number one thing I got to say to you guys and really just commit to you guys is, if they can nail Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 with a futuristic feel, with some improvements and some mechanic functions that are just better, and then give us cross-play, cross-save, I mean, Battlefield's just going to win the cross-gen or the next-gen battle, right? It's just going to win that because Battlefield is on all platforms. There's going to be more players and more people wanting to play with their friends on these platforms and on these consoles as well, and on PC as well. Versus Halo Infinite, it's not going to be able to do that because it's only on Xbox and PC. Not saying Halo's going to take a hit for that, but in the sales and the player numbers, that's going to happen. So I did also notice right here, you'll see this guy really changing his attachments mid-game. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if that's something that's good or something that's cool, but again, you can do that in real life. Obviously, if you know anything about weapons and guns, you can pretty much do that. And Battlefield's all about that realistic feel, that realistic action, so not that big of a deal. Obviously, they're not actually doing an animation to change their gun and do anything like that. That would be really cool, but again, it's the future. You never know what kind of things will happen in the future. Maybe in the future you can change your gun and change things through technology or AI and stuff like that with your weapon, which is what I think they're portraying in this video. The wingsuits are a little weird as well. I mean, you see this guy just flying around, you see the tornado going, the twister going. I'm not saying that it's going to be a problem, but just knowing how Battlefield players operate and how things go, there's going to be a lot of people in wingsuits just going crazy. And I wonder if you could fire and shoot in these wingsuits and just go through these wingsuits and just go crazy like you can in Warzone, where you're like jumping in through the wingsuit, or you're in your parachute and you're shooting. That would be very dope to see. Another thing that I really wanted to talk about, and that I seen that was going very well every time I seen what was happening within these trailers and within these videos, is a different type of arsenals. You got helicopters, you got VTOL warships, as they like to call them, you got jets, you got all these things going on. But one thing we didn't see is the Levolution. We didn't see any buildings fall. We didn't see any of that. And that was a pretty big staple in almost every Battlefield since Battlefield 4. And that's something that I really was blown away by when I seen the Battlefield 4 trailer. If you guys remember in Siege of Shanghai, when they first released the Battlefield 4 gameplay trailer at E3, you just seen the whole tower fall over. Hopefully that's still in here. I'm not expecting all the buildings to be able to fall, but a couple of those buildings, if not all of the buildings, that would be dope as well. But at least one or a couple of these buildings being able to fall within some of these maps would be extremely dope. I know with the Frostbite engine, there's going to be breakable and removable landscapes and all of that, and the maps can be able to be reworked. So that's going to be cool to see. Now, let's talk about the gunplay here. When I see the gunplay and I see everything going, there's not a lot of it happening. We didn't get to see a lot of the guns shooting. It was very minimum. Not a lot of it was going on. But what I see from here is the traditional Battlefield gunplay. It looks a little bit improved. There's a little bit going on. But again, we'll reserve that for when we see more gameplay, when we see more of the guns being shot, when we see more of that going on. With me, for first-person shooters, the #1 thing that I focus on is the gunplay. How does the gunplay feel? That's something Call of Duty has just knocked it out of the park with. The gunplay in Call of Duty just feels splendid and well-rounded. You see a little bit of shooting right there, but just not a lot. Not a crazy amount. Something to take note is they're going to be bullet sponging. Is the TTK, or the time to kill, going to be the same amount as it was in previous Battlefields? Or in this Battlefield, are you going to kill a little bit faster, or is it going to be a longer time to kill? I guess when these things come out, when we see more gameplay on July 22nd, which is what they're hinting at is going to be the day that we see more of this stuff, they'll talk about more of that. So I'm really excited about it. Hopefully this game really continues to show some improvements. We get more announcements on what's going to happen in some of the game modes. And hopefully we get a battle royale as well. I know a lot of people are like, nah, we don't want a battle royale, but Battlefield with the battle royale, I mean, it just fits. And I hope to see them do it this time, but free to play and crossplay at the same time. Like I said, there wasn't really too much to talk about. There was just a little bit, you know, a couple minutes of gameplay here, a little bit of the trailer. We could go into all the little kinks and all the little quirks and stuff like that. Maybe we'll do that in another video. Let me know if you guys want me to do that in the comment section below. I'll continue to be covering Battlefield 2042 as well as other first-person shooters such as Halo Infinite in the coming weeks and the coming months. But for now, that's all I have to say about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, I want to hear what you have to think about it. Did this gameplay trailer really impress you? Was it something you really wanted to see? Are you excited for it? But at the same time, even though I say, are you excited for it? Reserve judgment, reserve pre-orders. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing that all over Reddit. And reserve your hype a little bit. Don't get all crazy. It's still a video game. It's still EA. It's still DICE. We've seen this before. However, hopefully they've improved upon it. They've made necessary changes to it. And we'll see good things come out of this Battlefield 2042 reveal and this gameplay and the game coming in October. Thank you guys for watching the video. As always, bless up. God bless. I'll see you guys in the next one.